Hey there, Aries, and welcome to your October reading, your monthly reading. We're going to do a spread of 3 cards. It's going to be step back, stay, or step forward. Just what are some possible actions or behaviors you could do to stay or step back from or move on from a situation you might be in or a person you might be dealing with here. We'll see what the cards say. Don't think that a step back necessarily is a bad thing though, Aries. But thank you for being here, and let's just see. With these, we're not going to go into we're not going to do a bunch of clarifiers with these like the way we would with the weekly readings, but we're just going to talk more in depth with each card in particular here, Aries, rather than going and doing clarifiers for every card and oracle cards and all that. It's just going to be a really simple reading, just these 3 cards. So we're going to talk on each first. I just really want to quickly touch on that you're showing up in your own reading, so that's very powerful. So very strong month for you here in October, Aries. So I'm liking that already. All right, so if you want to take a step back from a situation or away from a person that you've been dealing with, or whatever it may be for you, as these are general readings, it could be anything for anyone. We've got the Queen of Wands here. So this could be just, you need to maybe be a little bit more mature here. Take a little bit of a step back, kind of really focus on things that aren't as, not really worrying about other people's opinions or giving power to things that would otherwise be powerless. So we look here with the Queen of Wands, at her feet is a black cat. And black cats, if you know your superstitions, are generally seen as bad luck. Right? If a black cat walks in front of your path, it represents you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the day or for however long, depending on where you're from, what the superstition might be for you. But for general purposes, it's usually for the rest of the day. But with this, the Queen of Wands has one at her feet. Like, she keeps one for a pet. So does that strike you as a person that worries about superstitions, that worries about things like that? We got a big old camera shake. Spike is here scratching away at himself. Oh, here he comes. Oh, geez. Speaking of cats. Hello, Spike. How are you today? Are you having a good day? Did you want to come in and talk to everybody? Oh, you're just going to sit down. I see. Hello. So I'll try to continue this reading as best I can here, but with the black cat, oh, geez, he's really going for it. Really, sir? Yeah, you're just going to clean yourself for everybody to see? You're enjoying that? All right, I'm going to scoot you off here. All right, come on. Get your bum going. Get your bum going. Thank you. Oh, crystals everywhere. Gemini Jillikers. So, yeah, cats. Love them or hate them. They do what they want to do. But anyway, sorry for the mild interruption there. But with black cats, like, the Queen of Wands isn't superstitious, right? And you can take that mentality and put it steps further with things, right? There are things in our lives that otherwise wouldn't have power unless we give it the power, right? And the Queen of Wands refuses to give those things power, right? She refuses to give any of her power away to someone else, right? She keeps it all for herself because that's her power, right? Like, you don't see the Queen of Wands giving power to negative thoughts, right? She doesn't give power to negative thoughts. She focuses her power on positive thoughts, focuses on things that will serve her, not things that do not serve her, not on things that otherwise would not be, having power unless she gave it to them, right? That's like your voice in your head, right? And sometimes your voice in your head can drain so much power from you because you're letting the negative emotions and negative feelings and such take over here, right? Queen of Wands doesn't let you do that. So that's kind of maybe what you need to take a step back from. And we can really tell that with the 5 of Pentacles here. Oh, excuse me, is about, being left out in the cold here. As you can see, these folks are wandering through the snow, wandering through, being left out in the cold. That might be the situation you're in right now, maybe someone you're dealing with, or a situation you're just in that's just kind of unfortunate, where it makes you feel like that, like you're left out in the cold, nobody has your back, you have nowhere to go, right? You can feel really in a very poor position here. So if you want to stay in that position, you certainly can. But if you want to take a step back to where you were before, because I feel like that's who you were before the Queen of Wands, mature, really focusing on your own strengths and things, really focusing on you know, making sure you are using your power for your benefit, right? Not focusing on letting other people use your power for their benefit. But it feels like now maybe that's in your present situation, you've gotten away from that a bit. So if you want to maintain that, it seems like a very bad situation. You can, but the good thing about the Five of Pentacles is they're walking by a church here, and that represents that there's help there if you want it, right? You don't have to stay in the cold. You can ask for help and ask for a place for shelter here. So even if you want to stay here, like even if you feel like you can't move, take a step back, or you can't move on, you can still very much ask for help, and help will be there for you, right? It doesn't feel like it, I'm sure, if you're in this situation, but you very much can ask for help, and help will come, right? And forward here, if you want to take a step forward, you step into your power. I talked about using your power, you know, as the Queen of Wands says, she doesn't let other people kind of like siphon off her power. You could be the Emperor, which is your card, which is you being very strong here. And you can step into your powers, really step into it, kind of your, like, you know, if you're a boss in a video game, your final form, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like something like that, where you know, just step up into your strengths here, right? Really stepping into that. With the Emperor, you think of an Emperor as someone who is very much mature, very much has things together, very much is authoritative, you know, doesn't take guff off no one. I'm the Emperor, of course. And don't worry, like if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about genders. It's just the type of energy and behaviors you're putting out into the world. And the Emperor is saying, like, be the big boss, be the one who's kind of in charge, taking the lead, you know, sort of like saying, like, this is how it's going to go, and I'm going to do it like this, right? You know, talking the talk and backing it up, right? Talking the talk, walking the walk, right? The Emperor very much does that and is in such a strong position here. So I just love that. That's awesome. So, like, either way, I feel like you can step back, whether you move on, step back or step forward. You're moving into like you need to be mature. You need to, you know, show some maturity here. Maybe not to the, like maybe a little more like feminine maturity with the Queen of Wands, or you step into some more masculine maturity with the Emperor, right? So either way, it's just stepping into maturity. It's like, which one do you want to step into though, right? Do you want to step more into like I'm not letting anyone have my power, and I'm really going to nurture and take care of my passions and my desires? Or are you going to step forward into, no, I'm taking full control of this situation. I'm not going to be left out in the cold anymore. We're going to do things the way I want to do them. And that's just how it's going to be, right? Which one do you want to step into, right? Or do you just want to stay and, you know, take some cover, take some shelter from the cold here? So that's what I got for you this reading here, Aries. I hope this has been helping you out. Hope this has resonated with somebody out there. If you want to help out the channel, though, you can always leave a like down below. That helps out a lot. You can subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already. That also helps out. You can also check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign video so you get a full picture of what might be coming for you this month. And I hope to see you, Aries, in the next video.